Why did I start a YouTube channel, you might ask? It's hard if you think about having all these picture perfect social media, mm, Instagram, anything that you see in the world of social media that presents with a perfectly curated picture or video. But what if I told you that embracing the imperfect days can actually help grow your channel's authenticity and how it relates to our community? I think we've all been there. We're scrolling through our social media, looking at all perfect homesteads with their perfect gardens and perfect animals and these perfect homemakers. And even though all that's beautiful, can't help but feel like we don't measure up. Like we are not presenting this image at my homestead, or we're not good enough. But the truth is, nobody is perfect. I am a perfectionist by trade. I'm all in or nothing. But I wanted to start this YouTube channel without being that perfect person or portraying to be perfect person. And I think we're afraid to be too real or too honest with our audience because they will think less of us. We might lose the authority or the credibility that we want to portray. But the irony is, it's often those real, honest moments that actually create the deepest connections with our audience. We want to be, when we are willing to be vulnerable, and to be authentic, that's when people start to really listen. Like we're all trying to create this perfect image, but in reality, nobody's buying it. And that's what I've seen lately on YouTube channels is people really want to start being vulnerable because nobody believes that they're perfect. So if we are all human beings, right? And we are all just like them. But if we try to present this perfect image, it's actually alienating because we're not being ourselves and we're creating this barrier between ourselves and our audience instead of building a bridge. So I think it's time to flip the script. I think it's time for us, or for me, just in particular, to start embracing the imperfect moments at my home with my family and sharing those with the audience on YouTube. Because when we do, maybe something amazing happens. We start building our community, and our community is actually based on authenticity and honesty and vulnerability. And when we share these imperfect moments, we're not only showing our audience that we're human beings, but we're also giving them permission to be human beings. It's like we're saying, hey, it's okay to mess up. It's okay to not have it all together. And I think that's incredibly liberating. I can tell you from personal experience that embracing imperfection has completely changed my perspective on content creation. It's changed the way I show up and the way I connect with my audience and the way I perceive myself as a mom, as a homeschooling mom, as a homesteader, a newbie homesteader. It's taken a lot of pressure off, and I don't have to be perfect anymore, and I can just be me. I remember this one time when back in the day when I started filming videos to hopefully one day create a YouTube channel. And I was on my garden working, and it was just a disaster. The camera wasn't cooperating. The sunlight outside was terrible. I was tired. I was just having a bad day. I think I ended up turning it off, but it's because I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to post it. And I wanted to start it all over. But I'm like, wait a minute. This is real life. And this is what happens when you're a homesteader. You are tired all the time. You're doing chores day after day. And It's just real life. So I decided from now on, I'll show up even if I'm tired and I will post it. And I know that people can identify that because people love authenticity and honesty. And if we embrace those imperfections, we're going to start creating a sense of community, a sense of belonging, and creating a space where people can be themselves without the fear of judgment. And I think that's incredibly powerful. If you're watching this, if I leave something with you, I want it to be this: authenticity is key. If you're building your channel from scratch, I strongly encourage you to just be you, be authentic, to show your imperfections. And the key to building this strong community will be that you start creating genuine connections and growing your channel this way, because I think the key is to show your imperfections and to not be afraid to be the real you. Thanks for watching, guys. And if you had an imperfect homestead or imperfect life, house, or family in general, you want to share what your experiences growing your own channel, please leave comments below. And if you're looking for more tips on content creation from homesteaders, I hope that you come back and check us out and check out my next video. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, I'll play a quiet game.
You gonna play a quiet game?
Yep.
Good.